Hi friends, welcome back. And yes friends, finally we are doing Shikara, Tribute to Mother, and it's directed by Vidhu Vinod Chopra and it's releasing on the 7th of February 2020. Now before we go ahead and watch this, it says here that revisiting her mother in Kashmir after 10 years with her granddaughter was no less than a dream come true for Vidhu Vinod Chopra's mother, Shanti Devi Chopra. Oh, so I guess her mother probably was in Kashmir. She used to live in Kashmir, and they had to, when all these, things were happening, they had to move out because they're Kashmiri Pandits. So they had to move out. And after 10 years, she went back with her granddaughter to visit. And it says Shikara is a tribute to a mother who could never go back home. Come join us in this unforgettable journey of more than 400,000 Kashmiri Pandits who were forced to leave their homes in Kashmir 30 years ago. So trailer of Shikara is coming out on 7th Jan. So guys, after this, we are going to go ahead and watch the trailer too. So make sure that after watching this, you wait for our next video, which will be Shikara's trailer. So yes, friends, let's go ahead and watch this video. But if you are watching us for the first time and you haven't subscribed to us yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified of all our new videos as soon as we upload them. And after watching this video, if you like it, click the like button and share this video with your friends and family. So okay friends, let's go ahead and watch this video.
लगता है बॉम्बे सेटल है पर फिर भी वो अपनी जगह नहीं लगती जैसे कि अपना ये श्रीनगर लगता है। बस यहाँ की याद ही याद है और तो कुछ नहीं। इसकी मेरी दोस्ती को तो बहुत टाइम हो गया, बहुत टाइम। हम पहले हमने मिले थे, कम से कम कुछ 40-45 साल हो गए हैं इसको मेरे साथ प्यार मोहब्बत मिले हुए। इसीलिए मेरे को फोन किया था बॉम्बे रोते रोते, बहन जी आपका घर लूट ले गई अगरवादी। और मैं इसलिए ज्यादा दुख है मेरे को कि आपके ठाकर जी ले गए हैं वो सीआरपी वाले।
Oh, Mission Kashmir. I think it had Hrithik Roshan in it. Oh.
मेरे को खुशी है कि मैं अपने वतन में फिर आई हूँ 10-12 साल के बाद। हर संडे हम इधर आते थे घूमने और हमारा गांव भी है नहीं तो साथ में चक चढ़ते रहा, हम वहीं के हैं।
Gulmarg, family vacation spot.
इधर की तो मिट्टी भी हमें अच्छी लगती है, अपना वतन है ना।
He didn't take any money.
तो आप आइए, आप देखेंगे कितना बड़ा घर है, कितना बड़ा बाग है।
जब हम जाएंगे अपने घर में तो कुछ नहीं होगा वहाँ पे।
अभी मेरी बहन रहती है, तेरी मासी रहती है उधर, वो अपना घर छोड़ के इधर हमारे घर में आ गए हैं। और नीचे हमारी काम करने वाली रहती है।
लेकिन अभी आप उधर नहीं रह सकते।
अब मैं भगवान से यही प्रार्थना करती हूँ, मैं घर जाऊँ, मेरे को सहन शक्ति मिले कि मैं बस देख लूँ वहाँ ठीक है जो हुआ अच्छा हो। ये भी मतलब बड़ी बात है। अगर मैं ये कहूँगी तो अच्छा ही है, आप ले गए तो ले गए, कबाड़ ने क्या तोड़ के ले गए। सिर्फ एक बात बड़ी है कि आग नहीं लगाई, जलाया नहीं, घर छोड़ के, ये बात है।
Oh God. हे भगवान,
शुक्र है 10 साल में मैं तेरे घर आई हूँ। ये देखती है सदा, देखा तू अपनी घर देखती है? मैं तो नहीं है कि मेरी फोटो लगी हुई है ना, ये तो देखती है सब। ये गाँव में हंस शुक्र सा और हम खुदा इसको ये आपको ये लाया सी तेरे गाने इतने मेरी गाड़ी दी अलमारी होती सी, इतने तेरे भाया जी दी अलमारी होती सी, ये सारा डाइनिंग हॉल था और यहाँ 12 कुर्सियों पर टेबल लगा हुआ था। वो टेबल भी गया या फिर जो भी कुछ था, फिर सारा मार टेबल था छोटा खाने वाला हो गया। चलो ठीक, जो हो गया बहुत अच्छा हो गया।
that was prayer room.
हाय ठीक है, सब ठीक है। जिस बात के लिए हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसके लिए फिर इंसान को खुशी रहना चाहिए।
बहुत बड़ी बात बोली है। She said something great. Old neighbors. This time she could bid them a
जब
proper.
हमारा पहला प्यार था, पहले हालात के वैसे हो जाएंगे, फिर हम अपने इधर आ जाएंगे।
Oh, 2008 he started making it. Friends, this was very heart-touching, and this shows the real pain, the suffering of Kashmiri Pandits. And when I looked at Vidhu Vinod Chopra's mother, I could see my grandmother, you know. She was exactly the way she was speaking. My grandmother used to speak exactly the same way. And they had to also leave Pakistan, because they were from Lahore, and she would remember everything. You know, we had a big house, a koti, and we used to live like, you know, a lavish life. And then when they had to come back here, nothing was left back. No house. They had to stay in a one room kind of a place for so long. I mean, they had to really suffer a lot. I mean, during the partition also, my dad was born, so he was very young. And the way they said, we had to leave everything. And they had like chandi utensils, silver utensils, gold utensils, everything was left behind. And they had to start from scratch, from literally scratch, imagine. So, but every time when she would remember, she would also say, you know, jo hua acha hua, chalo kuch nahi. सब सुखी रहे, सब खुश रहे. So that was the same what she was saying, that even though she had to go through so much of suffering, so much of heartache, and she's missing her, because that's going to be your house no matter what, because that's where you live throughout your life. Just like we are here, but we always feel as if since we were born in India, the house, dad's house, will always be, you know, like our house, no matter how many houses we buy elsewhere. So same way, this house in Kashmir was her house, and she always dreamt that maybe, you know, someday the situation will get better and we can come back. But unfortunately, that was not a happy ending for her, and she left the world. But a beautiful, beautiful attempt by a son, a tribute to his mother. And as it said that he started making it in 2008, and imagine how long it's taken him. It's 2020, so he's been working on this, for such a long time. but he has made a beautiful movie, I'm sure, because the theme is really beautiful. I'm so glad, so happy that someone has attempted to make a movie to show the pain of Kashmiri Pandits. And I had shared, I think before too, that once we went to Karol Bagh to buy some shawls, and this was long time before before I was married. So I was pretty young, and in one of the shops when we went, they had beautiful Kashmir shawls, and the people who were there were Kashmiri Pandits. We got to know about that while my mother was talking to them as they were showing these shawls. And they were so sweet. And if you see, you will always observe that Kashmiri Pandits are very soft spoken. I mean, in Hindi जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि बहुत ही मीठी आवाज होती है and very polite. So I mean, he was very sweet to talk to, very kind, very polite, and he told us that, you know, we moved from Kashmir because of all the you know, things that are happening for the safety of our kids, but everything is fine, though we have to start from scratch, but भगवान की कृपा है कि भाई सब कुछ ठीक है, सब आ गए यहाँ पर, मतलब कुछ उस टाइप से कोई डेथ्स वेथ्स नहीं हुई. So they were just grateful about that. So that's exactly, you know, what the mother was also saying here. So it shows that, you know, in heart, even after all that suffering, they still are ready to forgive and forget. What kind-hearted people. Oh my gosh. Beautiful attempt. And guys, we're going to go ahead and watch the trailer after this.
Right. So very good video. And, you know, a lot of families, even we share the same kind of pain. I mean, my grandmother, she was not so fortunate that she could go back. I'm talking about the partition when she had to come. And of course, a lot of, you know, families in Delhi who are Punjabi families, they had come from the other side during the partition, and I don't think they ever were able to go back.
No.
And they were all very prosperous and rich families because the attacks were first done on the rich people. So the rich people were the first ones who had to come from here, and of course they came with almost nothing. Saving, you know, their lives itself was a big deal, and they had to start small. And government did give something in response to whatever they could prove they had in the other country. But many were not fortunate. Now, regarding this, I have many friends who are Kashmiri Pandits who came at some point and settled in Delhi, and some of them settled before all these things happened because they knew that something is brewing up. And I remember a time when, you know, I was going with my friend and he saw, you know, in the market a guy is selling apples, and he just, tears started come to in his eyes, and I said, everything okay? I mean, everything's okay. I mean, what happened? And then he said, you know, now I'm buying apples, and I come from a place where I had so many, you know, bags, in the sense, so many orchards where we had our own apples. So there was a time when he said that we had so many apples, and today I'm buying it. I never thought this day would come where I'll have to buy an apple when we used to own so many, you know, huge orchard where there were apples. So I understood his fate at the time, and he was also very humble and felt very sad that, you know, we were so rich, and look at us now, that how we are living without any fault of us. But he was thankful that he was alive and his family was okay. He was thankful that they had come a little bit early, but there was no such concept where they got their property or something. Like in the time of partition, if you could prove that you had so and so in that country, in Pakistan, then they would give you something.
But people left with nothing. They were, I mean, they were just running. Right. So even then, my grandparents did not have anything to prove, I think.
Right. So whoever ran and they had some papers, they could show their property papers and stuff like that, or some proof that it belonged to them, some photograph, something. And then the other good part is that all these people who came during the partition a lot of people came to Delhi, and a lot of people came to Haryana, parts of Haryana and stuff. The good part is like our grandmother and grandfather, they used to tell us one thing, that irrespective of so much pressure, we never converted our religion. So they said that in that part of the world, if you look at the ancestry, all that part was Hindu. But as the invaders came, they started doing the conversion process. And there were many incentives given to people who converted. But she always would tell me that how proud she is that whatever it took, they never converted. But today, the time had come so much that to save the life, they had to come. And she would tell about great things, but it is unfortunate that all those people in that generation, my grandparents, and they always, wanted to go back one time and to look at their
house and meet all their friends.
Yeah, meet their friends. Go back and look at their home.
Yeah.
And they were informed later that their home was broken and there's no such home over there. Something else has been created. So most of the people's homes eventually were torn down and something else came in that place. And they were really big homes. And whatever way they could get some information from somebody who's coming, hey, what happened to you? So they all, due to communication, many people who settled there, they knew each other. So there were many areas. I don't want to give too much information, but if you look into and research, there are parts of New Delhi where the immigrants came from after partition, and they knew a lot of people because they all were coming together from that areas. And many people died, like in our family, and many, their brothers and cousins, they could not make it. So it was a very sad situation. I'm sure people who went from here to the side probably had similar sentiments. So it's both ways it happens. It's difficult to find in history who was right, who was wrong. But I would say that British probably did not do a good job on doing this partition. Although whoever may have requested it, I think British should not have done that. But they probably did it and caused chaos. And on both sides, people had very much losses that they feel bad about. So it's on both sides. A person who has to go from here to there would probably feel the same as a person who came from there to here. So very unfortunate. And I would say that I hope that India becomes so strong, so powerful, that no other country has the power to divide people like this ever in the history of the country. So that is my wish.
So friends, just like he said, their house was torn down. In this video also, when the mom went, she was glad and thankful that at least they took things, but they did not burn down the house, because the memories were still there. The house was intact, and she had even photographs of her and her husband on the wall, though they had taken almaris and other stuff. So one can totally, and most of the people, if you have your grandparents who had to move because of partition, you would definitely relate to the sentiments, because at some point your grandmother or your grandfather must have definitely talked about the partition time and their experiences and the house and the friends that they had when they were living on the other side. So friends, we'll go ahead and end this video, and we'll come back again in another video very soon. So take care and bye-bye.
Oh, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so it notifies you when I put in my new video for you to enjoy. Bye!